right, so let's quickly make the header under the nav. So we've arranged the nav, we've done the media query. All right, so we've done the media query on this stuff already. So that's also it. So what we need now is just a nav. So for the nav, what we'll do down here for the nav is to go back to the Sublime text, and in the on the index page we've connected to our bootstrap.css, which is this one already, to make everything easy for us. So just scroll down. Then after the closing header, we should have a header tag very quickly. Header tag, and inside here let's have a div with a class of header hyphen content. Save. Then right inside here I'll bring my h2, my web projects, then also I'll bring in my h3. Then I'll write here welcome. Alright, so since I have connected to my bootstrap, I can make a button at any point. So right here I'll say get started as a text on top of the button. First of all, it will look like a link. So save, then go back to the browser, refresh the browser, and we're going to have this like a link. Now let's turn this to a button. So go back to the Sublime text. Then right here, since we've called the bootstrap already up here, we can easily go back and call the class. So we'll say href go nowhere, that's the hashtag, the class very quickly. That will be btn, that's become a button, btn hyphen primary, that's the color for the button. So save, back to this browser, refresh the browser, we'll have a nice button. Okay, so what we need now is to apply a background. So go back to this Sublime text and style this header. Ctrl S to save again. Back to the start of CSS. You can scroll down already, and we'll try to arrange the header. Give it a background. Okay, a background image for now, but let's give it a height first of all before I bring the background image. A height of 450 px, 450 px, save, and a background color of, let's use green yellow for now before we bring in the picture. So save, back to the browser, refresh the browser. That's the way it is. So the idea now is to bring in the background image, and also these three items has to come beneath or below, and we don't want to use a margin for it. We want to use a flex. All right, remember we use a flex to arrange this item. So you can also use a flex to bring something down. So what we'll do now is to bring in the image. All right, just the image. Right now let's create a folder. So right click, new folder, we'll call it images. Okay, then also right click on these images, come to open folder, and we'll select pictures, then select a simple image. I think I'll go for this one. Ctrl C to copy, back, images again. You can see web project images, right click and paste. Then this is a.png. all right, so you can go back now to this style of CSS and take off this background color and say background image URL, then dot slash. That means this dot means that the picture I am trying to call is not inside the CSS file. That's the meaning. All right, so images folder slash a.png. Ctrl S to save, back to the browser and refresh the browser. That's the image. Now, but the image is what? Repeating what? Itself. So what we'll do now is to make sure we say background repeats, no repeats, save, go back, refresh. That's okay. Now let's try to expand the picture. That means to make it large or fill this portion. So now say background size cover, that will make it look better. Save, go back, refresh. That's the way it is. And also if we think we want to see all the pictures that means all the size of the picture, we can now use what is called background position. background position. All right, we say center. That's it. That means we'll be seeing the center of the image. All right. Now the next thing to do now is to make sure that these three items come down, so we can display or turn this header to a flex. All right. Remember, these three items are in a div called header content, while the header tag is holding that div. So right now, back to the Sublime Text, we can make this header a flex by saying display as a flex. Save. Nothing will change. Now, since the header has display as a flex, we can then make the container header content, which is a div in our HTML. Don't forget. All right. Now we can make it come down by saying very quickly, align items flex end. Save. That means this particular item, which is this div, allow it to go to the end right here. So once I refresh now, it's coming down. I see it. Okay. So now let's try to change the color to white, and also lift that class container div of the header content up a bit. So right now we can now call this class. So I'll copy this class, copy the class, goes back to my CSS. Then I can try to paste it as a class. Then I will say, okay, let the text of that particular stuff be white. Save. They become white. And also I want to move them towards the center. That means I want to move the div, not the text, to the center. So I'll use what is called justify content center. Save. To be at the center. Okay, not yet. Now let's try it here. Let's copy this one now. Copy. That should be over here. Let's see. That will work here now. Perfect. So take this one off. It shouldn't be there, because this one has no display flex. That's why that justify did not work on this guy right inside there. It should have been kept right inside this point. So we save now and everything's okay. But the text are not at the center. It is the div that's what at the center, not the text. So for that one, we'll now say text align center. Save. That's the way it is. Now let's lift the div up a bit. That's this div up a bit. So we'll now give it a margin bottom of let's try 45px to lift it up a bit. That's the way it is. So this is how to make a header beneath a div. Very simple, no issue at all. Is there any question? Yes. Now let's increase the font size. We can do that by coming down here. Font size. Let's give it 30px. Save. Go back. That's it. So that's it. So that's the end of what I'm trying to explain. All right. So this is how you can make it perfectly, no stress at all. That is what imagine all the time. Okay. All right, guys. So that's all for now. You can always thumbs up the video, subscribe, and share, so as to make it reach a lot of people around the world. So I'll drop also a video link description for the nav, which I've done before, so as to make you complete the project. Thank you.